Hello and welcome to Guns and Gear. What are you doing, buddy? Hey, you want to say hi to everybody? Come here. Oh yeah, you're such a big tough guy. Here is my puppy Tank. He's an English Mastiff and he is right at 12 weeks, maybe 13 weeks old. At any rate, from the first time that y'all saw a video of him, he's probably almost doubled in size. At any rate, he is a awesome puppy, and he's 100% puppy too. He is just running around and chewing up everything he can get his hands or his teeth on, I should say. All right, bud. Why don't you go down and bother Major for a while? Thought I'd make a video and answer a question that I just got recently, but I've gotten this question periodically since I've been posting videos. And that is mainly about carrying a reload with a firearm that you carry on your person for defense. In most cases, most people are carrying a concealed weapon, and they were wondering what my thoughts are on a reload. Well, I am very much in favor of carrying a reload, and maybe not for all the reasons that some of you may first think of. I guess most people think, first of all, more ammunition, and that is always, that is always the case when you have a reload. It provides more ammunition. But I'll be honest with you, that's not my first and most important thing that I think about. To me, whether you're carrying a revolver or a semi-automatic, you could have issues with the ammunition in your gun. They say that for a semi-automatic, in general, the most common cause for failures to feed or what have you have to do with the magazine. And if you should find yourself in a situation where you're actually having to use a firearm to defend yourself, to save your own life, or maybe the lives of your loved ones, your magazine could fail. And we never know when that's going to happen, right? I mean, I have really old magazines, especially for like 1911s and Brown and High Powers. And some of these magazines worked good, and then one day at the range, the springs started to give way, and they wouldn't feed a couple of rounds, and usually the last couple of rounds, and then the next thing you know, you were having periodic feeding problems with the magazine. Now, I say that to say that who knows with a lot of these newer guns when that's going to happen with them. And I think of Glock. I've only had a couple of magazines, and they were older magazines, by the way. Those original magazines were not drop free. You had to. Sometimes they fell out, but most of the time you had to pull them out. And I've had feeding issues with those magazines. So it's not. There's no brand. Hold on a minute, folks. Sorry about that, but when the puppy tells me he wants to go outside, I'm going to get him outside. By the way, he's 12 weeks old and hasn't had an accident in the house in about a week and a half. He really is doing a fantastic job. We began to train him with the kennel, but if one of us are home or in the evenings, now he is left to roam the home, and so far, we give him a little bit of freedom and then a little bit more, and now he has a run of the house. Yes, there will be accidents, and yes, there will be times that he messes up, but all in all, he's really doing great. Now, back to the video. Talking about reloads. My first concern and reason why I like to carry a reload, as I said before, is not about the more ammunition, but it is about to keep the gun in the fight in case something should happen to the ammunition, or in the case of a semi-automatic, the magazine. I hate to report to you folks, but Glocks and M&Ps and Springfield Armories and all these newer designed guns, the magazines are not going to be perfect. Okay, there will be issues with some magazines, and if you get training and some of the things that you will learn is how to clear up malfunctions to get your gun back into the fight, right? The first one they teach you is tap, rack, bang, right? Well, when you tap rack bang and it doesn't go bang, then your next procedure is to rip that magazine out, clear the gun, put a new magazine in, and continue to fight. Okay. Now, again, to me, capacity of the firearm doesn't really matter. Right now, I'm happy to be carrying a Glock. I'm carrying a Glock 23. It's a 40 Smith & Wesson compact series of firearm, and it has 13+1 capacity, which is a good capacity for a firearm for those that consider capacity. But I always carry a reload. Not that I don't think the 13+1 is enough, but I may only get one, right? I may have a failure of the magazine, may only get 2 rounds. I don't know. And I don't know when that first time that it's going to mess up is going to be. So I always carry a spare magazine. Now, just to add a little bit of something to this, whenever I'm carrying a compact type of gun like the Glock 23 or maybe a Glock 19 or a M&P 9 compact, I always carry the larger firearm, the full-size firearm, in this case the Glock 22 magazine, for the spare. And the simple reason for that is there's very little difference in the size of the magazine as it relates to fitting into my pocket or a magazine carrier on my belt, whatever the case may be. And I get 2 extra rounds. So why not? Alright, now again, here's another firearm that I find myself carrying more and more lately, and this is a Smith & Wesson Model 66, and it is a .357 Magnum. It's a 6-shot revolver, and I always carry a reload of ammunition. And here is a what is this brand called? HKS speed loader. It gives me 6 more rounds. If I should have any difficulties with these rounds not going off or not doing what I think that they should be doing, or maybe I just ran out of ammunition, right? I have 6 more at the ready. Alright folks, well, that wanted it to be kind of a quick video discussing the reload. I do think it's very important. I always, and I will say this, I always carry a reload with any primary gun or with any firearm that I carry on my person. Alright folks, thank you for watching my videos. I certainly appreciate it. And remember to shoot straight on the range and in life. Thanks.